Thank you so much for coming in today. Um, I need to do this live because I need to talk about certain things, um, especially life. So we all know, first of all, welcome to my channel. My name is Nelly. I like to do nails and I like to do, my sets live so that way you can see what I do right or wrong. Or if you have any questions, you can ask me in the chat and I will try to help you as soon as I get to looking at the chat. And, but thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, participate in the chat, and we're going to be doing some ghosties today. And I do have, as you guys know, October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I just don't talk about, breast cancer, or I just talk about cancer in general every year. Um, this set is not necessarily as a cancer awareness. It's just stories that I have, that I things that I have experienced. As many of you know, I am a pharmacy tech, not a nail tech. And shout out to Sandra. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Sugar the Clips. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Jennifer. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all very much. Everyone that comes into the chat today, please do participate in the chat. I will be asking you what you guys want to see. And like I said, if you have any questions regarding application, it's going to be very simple application today. We're going to all do all 5 nails with this, the anti-advanced dark pink, and we're going to take it from there. So the fun part is going to start when I start decorating the nails. And at that point, I will start asking each and every single one of you what you guys would like to see, which finger I should do what. I will be doing 3D art. I will be placing bling. We're going to have a fun time. However, I feel like I need to talk about these things. And of course, they are regarding cancer. But I will start with the application as normal. And then when the filing process starts, then I'll start, telling the stories that I have for you guys regarding cancer. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So shout out to Conjure Up Nails. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. I appreciate you all very, very much. Again, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't be shy. Participate in the chat. Please do be respectful and mindful of other people and other people's feelings. This is not a channel that tolerates bullying. So if that's the case, you will be kicked out. Again, shout out to Jennifer. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Sandra. Shout out to Conjure Up Nails. Shout out to Sugar the Clips. Thank you so much for being here. Let me pull up the chat so that I can see everybody who comes in so I can shout them out. So let's start with the regular application. This is the first time I tried this acrylic. I have heard great things about this acrylic. However, I only swatched it. I've never really worked with it. So let's see how this application goes. Of course, I am doing my 2XL. I'm using my 2XL stiletto nails. I like to do a lot of stiletto during Halloween season for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm just here to, have some fun. And I feel like I need to, talk about these things because, one of the stories is very recent. I have to say this acrylic it feels pretty buttery. It feels easy to work with. I'm not really having issues. I was able to drag that bead from here all the way to the free edge, which is a good thing. So the anti is acrylic that you can find on Amazon for like $15. Um, and I've heard several people talk a lot of good things about this acrylic. And I did purchase it a while ago. And like I said, I only swatched it. but never really worked with it. So this is like literally my first time using this acrylic. So it is very affordable. Again, an acrylic, you can purchase this acrylic for $15 on Amazon. And yeah, I'm telling you right now, it feels really, really nice. Do excuse the noise in the background. You'll probably hear cars and music and all of that. If you have any questions regarding application, please don't be shy. Participate in the chat. Like I said, my lovely ladies will help me answer any questions, my moderators, which I love and am very grateful that they are all here. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday, and I hope you stay to listen to the stories that I have because, like I said, I work in a pharmacy, and I've seen a little bit of everything. But there's one particular thing that it recently happened, and I just can't shake it off. I can't. So when things like that happened, I like to talk about those things. That way I can get them kind of out of my system. And yeah, so I've had a video literally sitting on my phone for like a week, and I have not been able to do the voiceover because I have been so deeply shaken up by, what I will tell you when the filing process starts. Because, of course, that's the most boring part of doing nails. So I figure I will leave this story for when that time comes. And I will, I don't normally do this, but I will, talk to you guys, and I will flip the camera, and I want this conversation today to be more like, personal. So I will address everybody showing my face. Again, this is not something that I normally do, but I do like to talk about mental health on my channel and real life experience. A lot of people stay here because of the nails. Other people stay because of the conversations. And like I said, this is October is Breast Cancer Awareness. But I just have stories about cancer, period. Because like I said, I'm a pharmacy technician, so I see a little bit of everything. And there have been several things that have happened in the time that I have been working as a pharmacy technician. So please do participate in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Katie, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Let me see who else is in here. Freak Out 10, thank you so much for being here. Um, I appreciate you all very much. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Again, I do want to let everybody know that, bullying is not tolerated in this channel. So if you come up here and try to insult someone, whether that is someone in the chat or me as a content creator, that will not be tolerated. I'm just here to, show you my craft, which is doing nails, and I love doing nails. No, I do not keep these sets on. I have done it in the past, and I think I will start doing it again. And it's all related to the story that I'm about to tell you guys. So please, I will appreciate, that you at least hear me out because I don't know how many of you have had that experience, and maybe we can help each other. That's how I see it. That's what I like my platform to be, a channel to help, and, just share stories. I don't get to share many stories, but as a pharmacy technician, you guys can only imagine all the things that I go through, which is funny. But yeah, I just wanted to have some fun with you guys. And like I said, I need to get this out of my chest, and maybe someone can relate. That's the beauty about the internet, that people sometimes should use it as an advantage. I'm sorry, it's not really focusing. And but a lot of people tend to use it for the wrong reasons, especially to like bully people or whatever. But just think of this channel as a safe place for you to, express yourself in a kind and, you know, loving manner. Um, and if you happen to be going through the same thing, you can feel safe enough where you can say it, and, and that way, you're not alone, you know. No, I am not sick. It has nothing to do with me. Um, I've been blessed with great health. Um, but, working as a pharmacy technician really it changed me, honestly. I worked for several different pharmacies, and one thing about me is that I love helping people, and I care about people. Um, I used to work for Walmart pharmacy, and I got in trouble a lot for trying to help people out. Um, because when you work for big corporations like that, you're just a number, or you're just your insurance number, pretty much. Um, so this is what I have so far. Again, the application is going to be very simple. It's just going to be a full cover of this. And the fun part is going to begin after we start decorating the nails. Let me see who else is in here. Shout out to Noor Fatima. Thank you so much for being here. Um, Rahit, thank you so much for being here. Mia, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you so much for being so kind and participating in the chat. I appreciate you all very much. So yeah, what I'm doing is just a basic application. Um, this acrylic feels really nice. So I do recommend it. So if you're looking for something affordable to buy on Amazon, like an affordable acrylic, I definitely recommend it. It is cold in my apartment at this point, so that's why it's gonna look a little bit on the runny side. However, it's looking really buttery. Um, and it's, as you can see, I'm working it. Let me move this out of the way because it's not allowing the phone to focus. I wanted to show everybody how I pick up my beads, but apparently that's not gonna be a thing because it's just not going to focus on the nail, and I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, just let me know where you guys are from. That way we can start a nice conversation with everyone. Um, I am Puerto Rican. I live in Connecticut. I started doing nails about 5 years ago. And I started doing nails, my own nails, not nails, my own nails, because I don't do other people's nails. I started doing my own nails right after COVID hit, because, like I said, I'm a pharmacy technician. So because I was a quote unquote essential worker, um, I had to, you know, go to work every day and work with sick people. And there was a lot of people that were sick, that they had COVID, and they just didn't care. They would just, show up not wearing masks. And I'm a mother of two um, daughters, and I need to take care of my kids. So I was always afraid of getting sick and something wrong happening. So because of that, I developed anxiety, really bad, by the way. I developed really bad anxiety. So I kind of saw nails as a coping mechanism. And I just started with polygel, and I just started with polygel, and then I graduated polygel, and I started using hard gel, which is what I do on my natural nails. This is hard gel, what you're seeing right here. This is what I wear on a regular basis. Um, Shout out to, let me see, excuse me. Shout out to Milu. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Mel. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Bertha. Thank you so much for being here. Uh, Kimitiri. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for being here. Gigi, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all very much. So yeah, I developed a really bad anxiety. Um, and it was all because of COVID. Of course, I think COVID was a really bad time for everyone, and a scary time at that, So because of that, I picked up this hobby. I never really thought about doing YouTube ever. Um, I started following this Facebook group, and there was this beautiful woman who is no longer with us, um, who became my YouTube guru. She started her channel and she kept insisting. I don't know why, because if you look back at my nails before, I don't know what she was seeing, honestly. Because my nails were horrible, but she always complimented my nails, like, "Oh, your nails are so beautiful. Your nails are this. Your nails are. When are you gonna do a nail YouTube channel?" And I was like, "I'm very bad with technology. Even though I'm a pharmacy tech, I'm horrible with technology, and like I'm really bad. I'm not even ashamed to say it. I'm horrible with technology. A lot of close people that know me know that I'm really bad." And then, of course, people from work, as soon as I started doing my nails and they started seeing my work, um, they started encouraging me. Um, and that includes my own boss. Like, at one point, I was like, "Are you trying to get rid of me? Is that why you're pushing me to do YouTube?" That's why I love my job, because it feels like a family, Um, is I could not have asked for a better job, than to being a pharmacy technician. I have learned a lot. I work for um, private owners. I have worked for big corporations, like I said, Walmart, and it's a big difference. In how they treat their patients. Obviously, a bigger corporation will not care as much as a small owner. And I saw that and I lived through that. And like I said, I try to help a lot of people. And in the process of that, I used to get in trouble a lot because I always try to get people the better prices. And if there was another place where they have better prices, I will send them over there. Or, a discount card or whatever. I would get in trouble a lot because I will always try to help people out. Um, but if you ever have any questions regarding like insurance or whatever, you don't be shy. You can ask me. Trust me, there's a lot of things that happen um, in the industry of pharmacy, and I have to say that once I started working where I am right now, um, it changed me because when you work for a big corporation, like I said, you're just a number. You're just your insurance. And when you work with a private owner, it's so much different, you guys. It's so much different. Um, you know, um, and I'm going to tell you what I don't like about my job. And it's happened several times already. The only thing I do not like about my job is losing people. When you get to know a patient and, we joke around every time we see you in the pharmacy, and we always try to help you out, and all of a sudden that person gets really sick and you know passes away. It hurts, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today. This is going to be a kind of vulnerable moment for me, and that's why I want to address you all looking at the camera. And yeah, and like I said, maybe my conversation will help people out, or maybe one of you can help me out, because yeah, I'm not feeling very well. I don't know if you notice, my voice is a little shaky. And yeah. Um, so I'm going to start the story by, because there's a story of three different people that I'm going to talk about, and all three people um, were or are patients of, they have cancer. Um, so when I started working in this pharmacy that I work with right now, we have a lot of nursing agencies. And these nursing agencies, of course, they have a lot of nurses. And sometimes when there's a new employee, people don't like new people. Unfortunately, that's the reality of it. I'm going to be very brutally honest. And there were at times nurses that were really mean to me, because I was new, and this is back when I started. They were really mean, but it was only because they don't like new people. They already have their way of working. They already have their favorite technician that always goes above and beyond, which is something that I do right now for other people, which is crazy. You get to learn how to work in a locally earned pharmacy. And if I was to give you guys any advice, I would advise you to become a patient of a locally owned pharmacy, because they take care of you better than a corporation pharmacy. That's literally flat out being honest here. So, like I said, nurses didn't like me because I was new. I was learning the computer system. Oh my God, that computer system was so old. When I started working in this pharmacy, it was so bad. But, I learned. I tried to learn as fast as I could. There was this one particular nurse that, I mean, there were several of them, but the one I'm going to talk about, at the beginning, she was mean to me. But it was only because I didn't know, the way she worked and the way she liked things done. So, I understand, I understand why sometimes people don't like new people, because they're starting, so they don't really know how the system really works. I'm just going to add a little bit of acrylic to the nails that I consider that they need acrylic before I start shaping. So, but after some time, I'm the type of person that, I try to get to know you as best as I can. And again, I try to help. So, the second they see that within you, their attitude completely changes. And I was very eager to learn, and I wanted to become a better technician, a better, customer service person. And, you know, so with time, this nurse kind of warmed up to me, and, everything was great, I remember she used to take care of her mom, and obviously it was because her mom was very elderly. And so she not only had her customers, like her patients there, it was also like her. Oh my God, this beat drive way too fast. This is gonna be a horrible nail to file. Why did it have to be the pinky? um, Let me try to fix it. So she will take care of her mom, and I try to always give her better prices for whatever it was, whether it was diapers or whatever her mom needed over the counter or whatever she needed personally, because she was also our patient. So this nurse was diagnosed with cancer, and this nail looks really bad. I'm so sorry. You guys are gonna see me file a lot through that nail. Um, Shout out to who else is here? Alixei, thank you so much for being here. Rockcott, thank you so much for being here. Um, Kitty, thank you so much for being here. So let me I just finished the application, so I'm about to start shaping, and I want to address you all, and I want to start telling this story. Let me just put a little bit of lip gloss because I am not wearing makeup. I'm a hot mess, but you know what? I don't really care. Let me just put a little bit of lip gloss and we're good. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday. I'm like so nervous to talk about this that like I'm shaking, and that doesn't normally happen. I get nervous whenever I feel like I'm going to be vulnerable. But let's see how it goes. Okay, let me flip the camera. So, hi, I am Nelly. I know the light is kind of weird. Maybe you can see me better now. Um, so let me look for a file. So that it's not really dry yet. This one is. So she warmed up to me. We started, developing a better friendship, and she was diagnosed with cancer. And this was technically the first patient that I personally saw with cancer. And she was still working, even though, um, she was diagnosed with cancer. So she was still taking care of her patients. She was still taking care of her mom. And now, obviously, she was taking care of herself. She would always take care of everybody. And one day, I loved her hair because I remember her hair was thin, but it was always like so flowy and so beautiful. I always complimented her hair. And, so she got that, like I said, she got diagnosed with cancer. And we would talk. I saw her hair getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And she went through, chemo and all of that. And every time she would walk in the pharmacy, we would ask her, like, how's your progress? How are you doing? Because, like I said, our patients to us in this pharmacy where I work at, they're not just patients, they're like friends. And so her cancer got cured. It got cured, and we were all very happy for her. Then her hair started growing back, and again, her hair looked so beautiful. And she would always have it like really flowy, like, like going up. And I would always talk about her hair because I would always love her hair. And then after like a year, I believe it was, her cancer came back. I don't know exactly the details of how bad it was or how aggressive her cancer was. But I remember she went to the pharmacy one day, and this time it was COVID season. So what we used to do was we closed the doors because a lot of people will not wear their masks. So to protect ourselves and to protect other patients, we close the doors. And what we do is we would allow the patient to call the pharmacy, and it will bring the medications out. So um, for some reason, I got that phone call, and um, so she was like, "Can you bring me, my medications and such patients?" I was like, "Okay." I gathered everything for her, and I brought it out. It was winter time, so she was wearing a hat. And we were talking, and I was like asking her how her health was going and how chemo was working for her and everything. And all of a sudden, she removes her hat. She had no hair. And that moment was so shocking to me. And, you know, she tried to make a joke about it. There's something about cancer patients that they always try to be joyful and make fun of themselves or something. But you have no idea how hard I was trying to hold back my tears, because this was the first time ever that I saw a cancer patient this close. We always see commercials, we always see things on Instagram or Facebook, but it's not until you kind of see it right there in your face in person that it really it shocks you. I don't know about other people, but I was that was like the hardest thing I could do, was hold my tears, because I did not want her to see me cry. So I let her finish what she was saying, and I went back in the pharmacy, and I just, I couldn't, I had to, I started crying. I cried for like 30 minutes. And, you know, when that happened, obviously, I told what was, because they were asking me why I was crying. So I told them, and, they just gave me a few minutes to kind of compose myself and then go back to work. And, you know, and then her cancer got cured. Once again, for the second time, her hair grew. She looked nice and healthy again. And then, we have these nurses, they change pharmacy constantly, because depending on the location of the patient or where their patients live. And I just thought that she changed pharmacy. And early this year, I learned that she had passed away. Obviously, when I heard that news, of course I cried, because like I said, we care very deeply. I know I do, for our patients and people that we get to know in the pharmacy. And it was a toughie. It was tough for me. The second person, she actually had a YouTube channel, and she applied to work where I work. And she started, hi, Miss Shay, thank you so much for being here. She applied to deliver medications. So She started working as a delivery person and everything was fine. She just worked for us just for several months. And then her sister became very, very, very sick. Um, to the point where we thought she was not going to make it. Even she told me herself, I don't think my sister is going to make it. Um, her sister had breathing problems and other stuff, nothing related to cancer. However, she got diagnosed with cancer. When she got diagnosed with cancer, she was no longer working for us, but she was still a patient of our pharmacy. So, um, I would ask her, how are you doing? How's the treatment? Um, Everything seemed to be working for her just fine. She never lost her hair. I don't know what treatment she was on. Um, and one day she walks in the pharmacy and she tells us, I finished my treatment and I'm cancer free. So I was so happy for her. I was like, oh my God. That was like the fastest, because they caught it on time, apparently. Or at least that's what we were told. They they catch it on an early stage, and she was able to do just a treatment not too long. And a few weeks after she told us, I think it was maybe a month, maybe 2 months after she told us she was cancer free, we heard that she passed away. So that was, I couldn't believe it. Like, her sister, who was the patient that was nearly on a very thin line that we thought we were going to lose her, survived whatever illness she had, but we lost her. So I cried. I could not believe it, because I'm like, how can this happen? Like, and all of a sudden I just spoke to her a few weeks ago and she told me she was cancer free. What happened? I don't know. But, that's what happened with her. And now this third patient is the reason I'm kind of in a shaky mood. This is a male patient, and obviously he has been a patient of the pharmacy way before I started working for the pharmacy. And I actually met his father before his father passed away. His father was really old, but he was one of these old, kind of like flirty man. So his father would always flirt with the owner of the pharmacy. And every time he would go in the pharmacy, we would laugh, because he would always, say something slick. So now that I'm thinking about it, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, because this patient, I have told you guys many times that every time I wear my nails for work, there's a lot of people that come up here and say, oh, your nails are ugly, your nails are this, your nails look disgusting, why are you doing your nails so long? There is a good percentage of men with a fetish for long nails. This patient is one of them. This patient used to go and walk in the pharmacy, and at that time, patients were allowed back in the pharmacy, and he would always compliment my nails and say something very flirtatious. And we developed a friendship, and we would joke around every time. And oh my god, my file fell. And I would try to give him good prices on whatever medication, and that's about it, pretty much. But he would always want either me or my coworker with all her tattoos. He loved her tattoos. So there was always about something about tattoos and long nails that he liked. And, he would always be flirting with me and her. And he got diagnosed with cancer. And when he got diagnosed with cancer, he had just retired from his job. He used to be a mailman. When he retired from his job, we were all very happy for him. Like, you finally get to rest. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now that you don't have to go to work anymore? So, we would talk like, we make friends. And they're not, like I said, they're not just our patients. And when he was diagnosed with cancer, he went through treatment. He lost a lot of weight. And so I was like, okay, I will always try to, make jokes and, make him laugh. And he would always be very flirtatious for some reason. And, he was like, he's an older gentleman, beautiful eyes. He has the most beautiful eyes. And, you can tell that in his youth, and when he was younger, he was a very good looking guy. And he was single. Then he married, and, we were happy for him when he told me that he got married. This was before he was diagnosed with cancer. And I don't know at this point if he's still married, because something had happened in his marriage. Like, for some reason, people get really close and intense in the conversation sometimes. Sometimes they need someone to talk to. And, we always take care of our patients, and, so he got cured. But you can still see, like, he lost a lot of weight. He looked a little bit older. He looked a little weak. But, he would always come in the pharmacy making jokes, always being very flirty. Like, his attitude never really changed. And I saw him this past week. And when I saw him last week, he told me that his cancer came back. But this time, they only gave him a year to live. And when he first told me that, I was in shock. Like, I'm listening to everything that he's telling me, and he's telling me how he felt and what was going through his mind. And as he's telling me all these things, I'm just like trying to process everything. And he's like, I asked him, I was like, is there anything else that they can do for you? And he was like, well, they said that if I go into treatment, that would only give me maybe 3 more months. And again, I'm just sitting there taking all this information. And as I'm trying to process all this information, I just started crying. And I cried and I cried. I filled his medication and I was crying as I was filling his meds. And, you know, people asked me like what happened. And I just I just kept crying. I told them what was going on. They understood and whatever. And he got to the register. I called him after I finished filling his meds. And he got to the register. I gave him his medication. And I felt such a sharp pain in my chest. And I told him, I have to hug you again because I don't know what's going to happen. And I remember I hugged him. I hold him really, really tight. And I said, I'm sorry that you're going through this. And I hope that, you know, I hope that things would have been different. And in the back of my head, all I have been able to think about this week is him. And the reaction of what would it feel like to being told you have 1 year left to live. And I can't shake the feeling. And every time I think about it, I start crying because it hurts. Then I start thinking, how would I feel if I was told that I have 1 year left to live? And I can't shake off the feeling. I've had a video on my phone ready to do, and I haven't been able to do the voiceover because every time I think about it, I cry. I remember I hugged him and I said, I'm sorry that this is happening. I love you very much. Just keep in touch. Keep coming to the pharmacy. You know, I just, I can't. I cannot shake the feeling off. I can't. And it's been a very hard week because I personally have seen what cancer does to people. And you can't do anything. The first thing he told me was that, he got everything ready and set for his kids so that nobody would have to worry about anything. And, you know, I said, okay, but how are you feeling? And he was like, what can you do? And then I started thinking, how would I feel? Or what would I do if I was told that I had only 1 year to live? We all often see patients, but cancer is something that it also affects everyone around that person. Cancer doesn't just affect the patient. I've seen what cancer does to people, and I needed to let that out because it's been a very rough week for me. Not being able to, you know, not being able to fully express it, not being able to fully talk about it. And I just feel so deeply for all the families that are going through this. And if you are one of them, I want you to know that, I'm sorry. If there's something that I wish was that we could find the cure for cancer, because I know I've seen what cancer does to people. And not only just, again, not only just to the patient, but also to their family, because I've seen it with my own eyes. You know, how how do people deal with that? I will never know. I will never fully know. I know it must be very hard. And if you are one of those people, I just want to say, I'm sorry. I hope that everything turns out well. I hope that, you know, it's something that can be treated, and, you know, I hope it's something that it's not, it doesn't go as far as having to hear you have a certain amount of days or months to live, because that 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 really hit me. It hit me so hard, and I spoke about it with my coworker, the other technician that he likes, and um, sometimes, we think like, I wish there was something that we could do for him to make, even if it's just one day better. And I just cannot comprehend. It doesn't fit in my mind. Like, I keep processing it and processing it, and it's like I keep thinking of how he felt when he heard that news. And I'm sure he already took care of everything like he told me. I'm sure he did. Um, I don't know if he's still married or not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring everybody down. But I just needed to talk about those things, because this is real life, and that's one of the things that I talk about, And again, if you're listening to this conversation and you are a family member of a patient with cancer, or if you are a patient with cancer, I just want to say, I'm sorry, and I'll pray for you and your family, because cancer doesn't just affect the patient, it also affects the people around them very much. That's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that, I was able to make a difference, because what I kept thinking, if I was told, I have 1 year left to live, what would I do is I would continue doing what I'm doing right now. I will still sit here on this chair. I will still continue to do nails, content, and I will still continue to bring awareness about whatever it is, whether it's mental health or cancer or whatever, because that's what makes a difference. These things are things that need to be talked about. And those emotions, we need to let them out into the world because we're real people. And, just because I'm doing YouTube doesn't mean that life doesn't affect me or my life is so great. And, like, no, I have a regular job. And the only thing I hate about my job is losing people, especially after you develop a relationship with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you genuinely love your people and you really try to help them out, and then all of a sudden you hear that one of them only has a few months left to live and there's nothing else that they can do. Is devastating. And it has been devastating for the past week. I haven't been able to. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm sorry, yeah. She lost a client to fentanyl. That's another thing. Like, it's it's such a losing people is the worst thing, honestly. But I just wanted to share those stories because I need you to I need you to know that we go through, we're content creators, but we have a life. We experience these things, and these things affect our emotional state, our mental state at that. And that's why sometimes we have to take some time to ourselves. And that's why sometimes you see that we kind of step back and we need time to deal with life, because life doesn't stop. Life, continues. And I'm just grateful that I'm able, that I have this platform and that I'm able to talk about these things. Um, I've talked about a lot of things on this channel. If you go back to all my, past lives, I have certain ones where I talk about personal stuff. And I always tell people I'm human, you know. Yeah, of course I want to come here every single day if I could and be like all chippy and full of energy, and because that's what people want to see, because people are trying to escape whatever it is that they're going through, and I get it. But I also want you to know that we are just like you, just exactly like you. We go through things all the time, and sometimes we, as content creators, don't necessarily have somebody else to talk to. And that's the sad part. And that's why sometimes we come up here and we rant about things and we talk about things, because, that's pretty much, that's all we can do. Talk to people, right? So I'm sorry. My apologies for bringing it down, um, to bring you guys down. But we're about to get these nails ready. So we're going to change vibes. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much to those who shared their stories. I see you. I appreciate you very much. Um, I hope that this conversation was able to help at least one person. Um, just one person, you know. And like I said, I have a lot of stories because I'm a pharmacy technician. And I have a lot of funny stories, a lot of sad stories like this one's. And you know, if you want to hear a funny story, I was delivering, because I kind of do everything on my job. If somebody needs a delivery, we don't have a driver, I hop in the car and I go and deliver it. And, you know, I like to help people. Like I said, I like to help people. Hold on, let me just... I'm covered in dust. Like my shirt. And I want to do a delivery. And I'm knocking on the door really hard. And I'm knocking on the door. And I hear someone. So I know there's somebody in the apartment. And I'm knocking on the door. And I'm like, damn it, this is my last delivery. And a naked man opens the door. I wish I was making this up. He was a big, big, big man, which I'm grateful for. Let me explain why. Let me move this a little bit lower. His belly was down to here. So his belly was covering everything. Have you ever seen a big grown man covered in baby powder? I did. And I remember that when he opened the door naked, all I did was I put my head down and I handed over the medication and I said, thank you. And I kept walking. When I got inside the car, I started screaming, I fucking quit! I hate my fucking job. Oh my God. And then I sent a text message to my boss saying that I quit. Of course, he never takes me seriously. He's like, you're not going anywhere. Why? Why people do that? Why, if you know that someone is knocking on the door, why are you going to open the door when you're naked? And then it's not just naked. He was really big, a really big man, which again, I'm grateful for, but he was covered in baby powder. So she says, it's mental, definitely. No, the mental, it was me after, because I was screaming in the car. I fucking quit. And this happened to me again recently. Check this out. I'm doing deliveries again. I work for 2 different pharmacies. It's the same owner. So for the second pharmacy, it's a building complex, and in this buildings, this is a building for elderly people and people with mental health and all of that. I have to breathe. I went to do a delivery, just like with every other person, and the person tells me, open the door. So I did that. I opened the door. Another naked guy. Why? And then he had to pay money, right? I don't know what happened, because we had the information apparently in the computer, and he was like, but you guys have my card information on file, but come here, I'll give you the money. I was like, no, don't you worry, I'll take it back to the pharmacy. And he was like, no, here, I'll pay you. And I was like, no, please, no, you don't have to get up. I'll take it back to the pharmacy. I don't want you to pay twice. And I ran like a bat out of hell, out of that apartment. And the same thing has happened with the same patient twice. So now I memorize the name of the patient and I refuse to deliver to this patient because this is what happens to me. Only me. Why? Why me? Oh, oh, and let me tell you about the time that happened. With he wasn't a patient. At this point, I was working at a Walmart pharmacy, but I was covering for someone at another Walmart pharmacy. So sometimes they will switch us. And there was this pharmacist, gorgeous pharmacist, very. He was like, I can't even describe him because if he was looking at me like face to face, he's gorgeous face, really tall hands. You can tell he worked out. And I was working next to him and I was trying not to look his way because I just like, I'm black, but I could probably, you could see if I could give a little, blushy or something. Tell me why. He goes to the restroom. He comes out of the restroom and he forgot to zip his pants. And I'm the only one who noticed that. How do you tell a man that is so big? Let me just be clear. I was not looking in that area intentionally. I just happened to let me explain myself because that sounds like I was staring at just that. No, I wasn't. I promise you I was not. We would fill the medications, put them in a bag, and would hang them. And like I said, I was working next to him. So when I hang the bag at the bottom and I look that way, I see that his pants are not zipped. I didn't have the heart to tell him to zip his pants. Because then he probably would have asked me, what are you doing looking in the direction? What the hell am I going to say? I wasn't trying to look. But why are these things happening to me? What is it? Is it a weird vibe that I have that these things happen to me? I don't know. Oh, another thing. I'm gonna tell these stories as a pharmacy technician. People, and I'm gonna speak to you, all of you. Please, when you go to a pharmacy, don't show me what you have. I'm not a doctor. Don't be so graphic about what you have and where you have it. That's why you have a doctor. I am only there to fill medications and give them to you. Please, for the love of God. Another experience. This was a female. And she was having some rash in this area, right? Right here. And she was like, big chested like that. Tell me why this woman lifted her shirt to show me her rash. Why? Why? Why would you show me your breasts so freely? I swear, it's like I'm a magnet for stuff like this to happen to me. I'm going to tell you a story about another lady before we get to the decoration of the nails, okay? Because it's still happening. This time, it wasn't actually something that I saw, but it's, yeah, she flashed me. She flashed me, all right. And this lady went to the pharmacy and she was looking through the over the counter stuff, and I happen to be the one to walk towards her and try to help her out. And she grabs a cream that is usually used for baby rash. Um, why? That's just all I'm gonna ask. Why will this woman feel so comfortable? So this is where I like kind of draw the line. Like, we can be friends, we can talk, you can talk to me, I'll talk to you, I'll try to help you out, I'll try to give you a good deal, tell you what's going on with the insurance and whatever. But why does this lady tell me, why is she buying that cream for? Why? And she didn't just tell me. She did not just tell me. I'm going to show you what she did. You tell me, how would you feel if someone does the same thing to you? Let me get up. Once again, let me put the phone down a little bit. She's like, you see this cream? I just made a mess on my desk. She's like, you see this cream? I have a rash right here. This was my face. I couldn't speak. The entire time I am thinking, why are you telling me this? And she's like, and it's right here, and you can just put this cream like all over, like this, just like that. Are you, now girl, I gained weight. I didn't lose weight, but I love you too. But she just literally did that. Why? Why? Why people keep, why? There's a movie. Is it a movie? No, it's actually a show. It's Friends, the show Friends. There's an episode where Rachel just asked, why do men keep talking to me like this? That's how I feel. Why do people keep telling me these things? I don't need to know. I have a lot of stories. We could be here all day. I'm telling you, all day. We could be here all day. It's just like, why? Why are people telling? I didn't lose weight, babe. You know what happens? I actually gained weight. It's just that my weight went to the right areas. So, yeah. But, like, why? For the love of God, don't do that in a pharmacy. I am begging you. For the mental health of that pharmacy technician, don't do that. You know what you do? You go to a doctor and you show the doctor, because that's what he went to school for, what you have. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. She's like, that's why I work in the vet field. I swear. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. Because I'm like, why do people feel so comfortable telling me this stuff? Why? And showing me. Why? Why you need to show me? I don't need to see that. I don't even need to know that. I can't. I swear there are people and there are people. Like, I got stories to tell you. We could be here all day. So if you want to hear another story, just let me know, because I have like 1,000. Because this whole naked guy thing, this is not the first, second, or third time that this has happened. I lost count. I lost count of how many times that has happened. But the whole thing with the man and the fetish for nails, That's the thing. That's the thing. So a lot of people come up here and say, oh, your nails are ugly, your nails are too long, your nails are this, your nails are that. Well, guess what? There's a man out there, I don't even know if it could even be your man, admiring these nails, honey. I'm just saying. That's why I stopped wearing my nails for work, because I would get the most random, weird comments. Like, oh, those nails look good to scratch my back. That's the most common one. If there's a guy in the chat right here, please tell me. I wouldn't say tell me if you have a fetish for nails, because obviously it doesn't really, that's too personal. But would you do that? Would you do that? Why? And it's usually older men. I've noticed older men have a thing for nails. Long ones at that. I think the longer, the sexier they find the nails. So while you're sitting, and I'm talking to the people that like to bully, while you're sitting at home with these nails, these are getting attention. Clock that, baby. I'm just letting you know right now. But yeah, no, I gained weight, girl. But you know what? I'm glad that I gained weight, because, my chest came back, my booty came back, because when I lost the weight they left me, they didn't even say goodbye to me. And that's me being honest. But I want to lose some weight. Hubby doesn't want me to lose weight. You know why. But yeah, he doesn't want me to lose weight, but I want to lose some weight. So let's see what happens in the future. So thank you so much for everyone who's been here listening to my shenanigans at work. Hair Vision Designs, thank you. Shout out to for you being here. Courtney, shout out to me. Shout out to you for being here. See, I lost my track of thought. Sugar Eclipse, making it past 30. Thank you so much for being here. Stella, thank you so much for being here. Sandra, thank you so much for being here. Dulce, thank you so much for being here. Hi, sweetie. It's so glad to be able to say hi to you, and just, I kind of made you cry a little bit maybe, and then I have to make you laugh. I have to change the vibe, because it's something that it's like something I have to do, So let's get the vibe rolling. Go bestie, go bestie, go bestie. Go bestie, go bestie, go bestie. Yeah, I'm going to do the bestie dance so I can continue to bring the... Let me know if you want to see the bestie dance. And I'll do that. We're going to be doing some ghosties. Well, one ghostie. I'm going to try it on one nail. What do you mean, well, duh? You want me to do the bestie dance? Okay. I promise I won't break my back this time. Go bestie, go bestie, go bestie, go bestie, go bestie, go bestie. That's it. That's all you get. Okay, let's get back to these nails, because I have a thing with this ghostie. I have to make it work. So, should I paint the ghostie? Should we paint the gold? Because I have this color, right? And I wanted to do this pink because I wanted to work with that acrylic. I did notice something, and I have to tell you that. The acrylic is good to work with. I didn't have really a lot of issues with it. However, it was sticking to my brush. So keep that in mind. What do you want to see? The 3D ghost? Okay, which nail do you want the 3D ghost? This one I'm going to just remove, because we're going to give this nail some love, but we're just going to bling her out. But out of these four, let me know in the chat right now, which nail do you want to see the ghosty? Pointer, middle, ring, or please don't choose the pinky. I'm going to take the pinky off too. One of these three nails. Middle nail. Come on, let me know, people. I need to know. Let me know. Middle, middle. Everybody's saying middle. Okay. Okay, so it's yeah. Okay, it's over. Middle. Now, question number 2. Um, do you want to see the ghosty? Because this is what I was thinking. I have to do the ghosty, right? So I was thinking, should I apply a cat eye gel polish for the ghosty? And if you do want to see a cat eye, do you want me to do a first layer of like a different color? And if you do you want pink? What color would you like to see? Just let me know right now. What color do you want the ghosty to be? Because I have the colors right there on my wall. So I have different colors. Pink. Oh, pink. Okay. Um. Okay. So let me see what I have here. This is not the pink I had in mind. Um, I was thinking of using. Ooh, this is pretty. What if we use this pink? I haven't used this color like ever. Oh, thank you. My hair's really long. I was thinking about cutting it too, because my hair is, look, my hair is almost down to my butt. Um, so this pink, you want to see this pink? I don't, it says, I think I purchased this from a company on Instagram. It says, Artistry Nails. I think I only purchased this color from them, and I think some decals. But this was years ago. That's why I said I bought it, but I've never really used it. So, okay, so you want to see this pink, and then let me see if this is the. Okay, so this is the more silvery one. Okay. So let me get my I'm so happy you guys are here. I don't care if I have 3 people, 10 people, 200 people, 60 people, as long as I have people here, and I like to share information. I like to make you guys participate because I want to do what you guys want to see, obviously. But I have a haul. I have several things because I did win the giveaway from Sandra Sparkly Sets. She is one of my moderators. She has a channel. Check her out. Sugar the Clips also has a channel. Check her out. Conjure Up Nails also has a channel. Check her out as well. Cordy. This is embarrassing. Cordy, do you have a channel? I have to stalk your channel. Okay, so after my live, I'm gonna stalk your channel because this is embarrassing. But Cordy has a channel. Check her out. Um, okay, so let's let's do this. This is the first time I'm gonna do this ghosty this way. Like the last one looked like an octopus, so I'm really trying to work on my method here. Um, what else? Oh, so I do want to use a pink spider that I have. So do you want the flower to be white? Because if I did the flower pink and the butterfly is, I mean, not the butterfly, the spider is pink and the nail is already pink, that's too much pink for me. Black? Perfect! Yes, I like that. We're gonna go with black. Okay, so let me see. I need you guys. I need you. I need your opinion. I need your feedback. I need you. Because I never would have thought of black. Okay, so we have the black for the flower. Obviously, we're going to use pink rhinestones, so that I guarantee is going to be pink. And then the ghosty is going to be pink, and we're going to do, give me 1 second. So I'm going to show you something if I find it. Okay. So you guys know that I always tell you guys I go on Pinterest and I look for inspo. If you ever, and I'm glad that I don't have that many people in here because I'm about to share some secrets, you know. If you ever are trying to work with your Bling application, go to Pinterest. I am not kidding. I printed how to do several designs with Bling. And you can do this too. And this way you can practice it at home. See how it tells you like how big the rhinestones. These darkers are caviar beads. So I did buy bigger, different sizes caviar beads, and it shows you a picture of what it would look like. Look, I have so many designs. I cannot wait to show you because I want to try this. So I would definitely recommend you going into Pinterest and checking out. Look, I printed a bunch of them. You just take a screenshot and then print it. See all the, I love this design. Beautiful. And what I like is that majority of them are with the circle rhinestones. And I chose it with a purpose because sometimes a lot of people tend to buy, because it's more affordable, so I understand why. They tend to buy just a small packets of only the round rhinestones, but you can make the most beautiful designs with those. So I was thinking of doing maybe this for the thumb, practicing this design for the thumb, and then maybe something different for the pinky. So if you are ever looking into bling placement, definitely check out Pinterest and take a screenshot and print that image. And that way, you know, like this one, for example, this has a ton of them. You see all the designs, and majority of them are just basically the round ones, and it tells you exactly how to place them. This one looks really gorgeous, and this one, and oh, I like them all, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we're gonna do a lot of bling today. So we have the flower nail, the ghosty nail, and then we're just gonna do a bunch of bling. Does that sound like a plan to you? Because it sounds like a plan to me. Okay, now let's do this. Let me just turn you around. Hello again. It was so nice to have that conversation with you guys. I'm going to need my flashy. I've never done this ghosty this way, but it's always good to try. Let me get a oh my god, this is horrible. Hold on. Let me try to clean this brush. It's so bad. So usually when my brushes get really bad, like my nail art brushes, I clean them with monomer, and usually that does the trick. But they get really bad if I use like gel on them. But then I clean them with monomer, and then they look like they're brand new. See? Okay, so hello everybody. Don't forget to give that this live a like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you like. Okay, so we said, okay, let me just go with, should I go with top coat first? Thank you. Oh, we don't tolerate trolls here. We delete them. We block them ASAP. I like to have fun. Sometimes I do get, very deep conversations like today, for example. But ooh, that was really nice. Maybe move my finger upside down. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We are going to be doing a ghosty today. So let's see how this goes. Trying to get it to focus. I'm just flash curing this. Again, this is the first time I do a ghosty like this, so I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. But I guess that's the beauty about seeing other people do stuff that you haven't done, because that way you'll see, if we fail at it or what. And then we have to do two more, right? Is it two more? Because you're holding your breath for me. I love this gel. Look how high that bead is. This gel is perfect for this. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You just tuned in to the right time, the decoration part or the mistake part, wherever you want to call it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. But in this channel, I do like to talk about real stuff. I just had a very deep conversation with everyone. I'm sorry that you missed that. But it's okay. I always like to think that only the people that need to hear that stuff is, the people that stay for that stuff. If not, it's okay. Okay, so let me give it a full 60-second cure. And then we're going to paint it. And we're going to do one layer of this pink. Now you can see it a little bit better since I flipped the camera to the right side. I'm going to show you what this color looks like. It's so pretty. And I've never used it. And I purchased this again from a website on Instagram. And that's the name. Artistry Nails. And I purchased this like 2 years ago. Okay, so let's paint the ghosty pink first. And then we're going to give it a 60-second cure. I don't want it to have like a lot of gel. Because then it kind of takes away from like the shape. It's already looking weird, but it's okay. That's what we're here for, to make the mistakes. And you learn from them. Hi, Mabel. Thank you so much for being here. So these gels, for example, this gel in particular that I just painted the color with, you cure it, and some of them have tacky layer, but you can put top coat over it, a no wipe top coat, and you should be fine. Gel always has a sticky residue, but you can always either clean it or oh, you mean like the expiration on the gel? It's usually, yeah, about 3 years. I bought it like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And I've never used it, ever. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. I need to get a magnet. Oh, actually, I have one right here. For when we do the cat eye. Usually, when you purchase it in the package, it tells you the shelf life of any product, any nail product. And yeah, that lets you know how long you can use it for. So this one is a no wipe. Now we're going to do a little bit of silver on top to look even more glittery. Now let's activate the cat eye, the magnetic particles inside this gel. And you can play with this and move them around. And then you cure it. Then we're going to do the eyes. And then we do a top coat and we're done with that nail. Unless we'll probably do like a bow to for this ghosty. Maybe we'll do a bow. But we can't do the bow black because the eyes and the mouth is going to be black. Black bow. I was just saying no. I mean, if you want to see a black bow, I'll do a black bow. Okay, black bow. Black bow it is. Let me cover my gel. So the gel that I just used for that is this one. And this is a no wipe. You can also get it on Amazon. I buy a lot of things that are easy to get from Amazon. So this is a no wipe. You want the black bow too? Actually, I don't know how to say your name. MS, what? MS804 all day. This takes years, actually. A lot of people watch our channels and they think, oh my God, they are bathing in money. No, I'm broke as hell. Like I said, I've been doing nails for 5 years. And I worked, no, this is not the color. I'm sorry. And I worked with several companies. So we built our collections, working with companies or getting like Black Friday deals on different companies. And that's how we get our stuff. Sometimes we win. Like, for example, like I said earlier, I won a giveaway from Sandra Sparkly Sets. And the prize was, it was cash. So what I do is I put that on I invest it for my channel. because I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. YouTube is not right now. It's not really. I'm not a big channel, so we don't. I don't get paid like some people think. Like, you know, small channels. If they don't have a lot of views, they barely get paid. What do you think? I can do some white. Let me see. Where's my white? Like some white dots in the middle of that to make the, like this one, for example. This is a really old one that I should be throwing in the garbage. Um, See right here, whoever was asking for the how long does it last, it tells you 24 months. I've had this gel for way past 24 months. But I don't really use it like that. Like I use it very, very rarely. So you see some of them in the packaging, it shows you how long the product will last. And sometimes it doesn't say it right on the bottle, but it will say it like on the box. So, yeah. Okay, so I am going to use it just because I'm going to use a dot of this, but it's going in the garbage right now because it's really, 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 really old. What do you think? Is that cute? Oh, you know what we should give her? We should give her eyelashes. Let's try to give her some eyelashes. Mm. Oh, this is awful. No, I don't like these ones. Hold on. I have to flip my hand to the other side. Why are they coming up so thick? What do you think? Is it pretty? Yeah? Okay. Flash cure that real quick. Okay, I think we're done with that. I need to make let me get the top coat so we can top coat her. I'm gonna use my Melody Susie top coat. I do have a discount code with Melody Susie. It's Nelly12 if you're ever interested in checking out their products. I'm obsessed with their acrylic, their clear acrylic, and I actually received it. And I definitely recommend it for people that are beginners. It gives you plenty of time to work with it. And on my probably my next live that I do doing nails, I will use it to show you. Um, so yeah, okay. Let's top coat this ghosty, and then after we finish with the flowers, we'll come back to her and do a little bow. Do please make sure whenever you're using gel, make sure that when you're going to cure it, that it's not touching your skin. Um, since you are not very familiar with gel, you still don't know what you could be allergic to. So you don't want cured or uncured gel on your skin. Okay, so the flower. Which nail do you want to see the flower or flowers? The ring finger or the pointer finger? Both? Okay, wait a minute. This one is it's a little more difficult. So pointer, ring, 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 pointer, pointer, ring, ring, ring. Alexi, thank you so much for being here. Tiffany, thank you so much for being here. Mary Kate, thank you so much for being here. On the ring finger, 804. Thank you so much for being here. Ring? Okay. So let's do top coat first. Um, I like to apply top coat before I do my 3D flower. Some people like to do it after. I prefer to do it before I do my 3D flowers. And again, I'm going to clean the sidewalls to make sure that it's not touching my skin. Let me get that bling for you, baby. So like I said, I'm going to use pink. Oh my God, I have such a mess here. Let me look for my pink. Oh, it's actually right here in front of me. So we're gonna use this pink bling, and then um, and I need that. We're gonna need this. As far as caviar beads, do you want gold or do you want silver? Silver. Gold, silver, gold, silver, silver, gold, silver, silver. Okay. Okay, let's do silver. Um, I gotta find the spider. Gotta figure out where I put it. Oh, again, it's here. So this is the pink spider that I'm going to use. So I do think it's better to use silver because of the rhinestone. Okay. Alrighty. So what I do is I just put a little dot of this glue. I'm going to put it right here. And then I grab a rhinestone and I place it right there where the glue is. And then I'm going to flash cure this for 20 seconds. And then I'm going to do another rhinestone on the other side of the nail because here we go. There's always somebody that has to. Oh my God. Oh. People that are so opinionated. I'm going to grab the same size, place it right here, and do the same thing. Okay, now about the flower, let me put the rhinestones aside for a moment. I'll take them back out whenever I'm going to do the bling placement. So whenever you're going to do, let me find this. Whenever you're going to do 3D flowers, a lot of us mix our monomer with acetone. It all depends on the acrylic and the monomer that you're using. If the acrylic that you're using is a slow setting acrylic and the monomer that you're using is a slow setting monomer, then you can add a little bit more acetone. Some acrylics do not require for you to add acetone, or monomer that they don't require to necessarily use acetone. Because either it's a fast drying monomer or a fast drying acrylic. However, I do like to add a little bit of monomer, acetone, because it dries a little bit faster. Ooh, what happened here? I don't know what happened with this, but anyways. So this is my mix of monomer and acetone. And now let me cover the gel. Let me drink some juice first. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I appreciate you all very much. Ooh, we made it to 100 likes. Yay. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so when you're picking up the bead, oh, you can't even see it. Never mind. Make sure you pick up the bead with enough monomer in the brush. And then when you dab the bead, you're releasing whatever left monomer you have on your brush. And then you press down. You turn your brush to the side. You're going to do that long line in the middle. And then you're going to add the two top portions of that petal and make it look like a teardrop. Here, I'm gonna wait just a few seconds because this one has a little bit more monomer. So if you happen to pick up a bead and you feel like it has too much monomer in it, you can wait just a few seconds and that'll give the acetone a little bit of time to work and set it a little bit. And then you're gonna go do the same thing towards the rhinestone, 45-degree angle, push down, turn your brush to the side, do the long line in the middle. And then you're going to bring those two tips together. And that's how you create your petal. And we're going to repeat the same process. Thank you, you guys, so much for helping me out and picking the color of the flower. Again, 45-degree angle towards the rhinestone. We're going to press flat down. Turn your brush to the side and you're going to do that long line in the middle. And then you're going to push those two tips together. And that's how you have your flower. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side of the nail. You're going to pick up a bead, place it. You're going to wait. You can count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to press down. You're going to move your brush to the side and then do that line in the middle. And then you're going to bring those two tips together like that. And that's how you're going to create your petal. I like to do the top and the bottom ones first. And then I do the one in the middle. Whenever you're doing flowers on this side of the nail, you have to be very mindful because if you leave your hand like this, your acrylic is going to run towards this side. But because it's already setting, it's not going to go anywhere. So again, at a 45-degree angle with the brush flat, we're going to go in, push down, turn your brush to the side, do that line in the middle, and bring those two tips together. And then we're going to do the petal in the middle. That petal in the middle has a little bit more monomer. So we're going to count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pushing down. Turn your brush to the side. You're going to do that long line in the middle. And then you're going to bring, sorry, I'm trying to get into an angle where it shows. Bring those two tips together. And there you have your flowers. Very simple 3-petal flowers. Very, very simple. Okay. So, another thing I wanted to do, give me 1 second, I have to get it. I have some spider gel that I technically only use during this time of year. I gotta look for it. Never mind. I can't find it right now. I got too much stuff. Anyway, so I'll promise I'll have it next time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a bigger bead of this gel in the center because that's where my spider is going to go. And then I'm going to place the spider right there in the center. And I'm going to flush cure her. Thank you. Dang, I was going to answer her. Me llama ridícula. Eso te pasa por ridícula. Por no tener buenas intenciones. Right? Thank you, Mabel. Thank you. See? I love my girls. Okay, so what do you want to see for the pointer finger? What do you want to see? Do you want to see more bling? Do you want to see more flowers? What do you want to see? I know. I will. I promise that. Oh, okay. So Stephanie would probably mean nail art, which I suck. Well, that would require me putting another spider on that nail if I did a spider web. Bling, bling. Okay. People want to see bling. Okay. Let's do some bling, baby. I think it's gonna be bling from now on. I'm assuming, because that's the vibe you guys are kind of giving me. Now, the question today is, do you want to see spikes or no spikes? Oh my God, I have such a huge mess. Oh, let me see if I can clean this out a little bit. Because I can't. I really can't. Like, it's too much for me right now. Oh no. I'm really making a mess over here. Oh. Oh, Jesus. I have a feeling these girls are just gonna want some bling bling. So we're gonna use this. I bought some new things, like I said, but I'm not going to use them until I unbox them. So I'll unbox them some other time. So this is the brand of the bling that I use all the time, LGM Pro. Definitely 100% recommended. Go visit lgmpro.com. It's lgnpro.com. And she has the greatest rhinestones. Great price also. It's $50 for the box, and it comes with 2 colors. And her bling gel is freaking amazing. I've used it since she launched all her stuff, and I keep using it. I've never looked back. Okay, so let me grab a brush so that I can put the gel on the finger. So I don't know how it's going to look because I have to keep the box where I have it, the box of bling, because I don't have any other space. This is a time where I usually don't read the comments. I do apologize for that. It's not that I don't want to, it's that I'm too focused on what I'm doing. So if you have any questions regarding bling, you can ask, and then the ladies in the chat will answer you. So you're still more than welcome to ask. It's just that I won't be able to answer your questions because, I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Once again, I'm very grateful that you guys are here with me today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all very, very much. Where's my, okay, here it is. So I didn't really grab any embellishment. Oh, wait, did you say spikes? What? Now I'm black and I'm a bling. Okay. So you want pink and black? Okay. Let me take a. Oh, good thing I've read it first. Pink and black. Okay, so I'm gonna use pink and then the round black ones. Spikes? No spikes? What happened? I can't remember. Did you guys want spikes? I don't remember. I'm so sorry. This is the only black that I have. I definitely need to get me some black rhinestones. Yes? Okay, let me see where I put them. Okay. So here we have the spikes. Okay, so we have that. Oh, Jesus. I have less and less space. Look at that. I almost forgot the finger that. Okay, so. What to do, what to do, what to do. I'm literally, this is like a freestyle because I have no idea what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna use hue like this maybe. These ones are stuck. That means at some point they got contaminated with some gel and cured there. gonna do black, pink, black, pink. Ooh. Um, Black. Actually, that rhinestone's a little bit bigger than that one. So you don't belong here. I tend to be a little bit more silent too because I get so into it. It's not that I'm holding my breath. I'm really not. It's just I get so into the application that I forget that I have to talk to people. Let me add some caviar beads here, here. You see how different the set looks the second you start adding caviar beads? It gives it such a different light to the set. Okay, 2, 3. And put these 3 together like this. And then I'm going to use a spike here and a spike here. Then I'm going to use this pink one right here. And then I'm going to do a spike here and a spike, oops, here. I'm going to use a black heart. And then I'm going to use pink rhinestones right up here. And then I'm going to do black right up here. Now let me get some caviar beads and put them in between. I hope you can see okay. My bling application is not normal bling application. I am super extra. Again, for the 100th time, I'm Puerto Rican, so I have to be extra. And then I'm gonna do pink, black, pink. Okay, so that's there. Let me move everything to make sure everything is where it belongs. I have to move my finger, look at it upside down to see if it's actually straight. Let me add some caviar beads. I use 3 caviar beads here, and then 3 caviar beads here, and then we'll do the 3 caviar beads at the end, and it'll look like a pointy sort of look. Okay. Maybe I should put something here in the middle. Let me see if I can fit a rhinestone in there. I was actually able to. That's good. I do agree that my application or my bling choice may not be everyone's cup of tea. However, some other people like it. Ooh, you talk about horror movies. Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I feel you, Cordy. I feel the same way. But you know what's weird? The type of horror movies that I like are like the demon ones. I'm so weird. Those I can watch all day, even late at night. Of course, maybe after watching that type of movie, I would probably have to watch some cartoons or something before I go to sleep. But yeah, I used to watch all the freaking gory horror movies you can think of, and when I was younger. But as I got older, I noticed that with my anxiety, I can't. I cannot sit there and watch the movies Saw. I cannot. It amplifies my anxiety to the point that I can't handle it. Anything like that, I just can't. I think, and you know what movie ruined that for me? What's it called? Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Um, oh my God, I can't remember the name of the movie. JS said Frozen. Yeah, I'll probably end up watching Frozen after watching a horror movie. I love zombie movies. Ooh, I love zombie movies. Um, oh my God, what is the name of that movie? The movie with the truck and the um. Oh my God, where people were dying. Like, oh Jesus, this is in the tip of my tongue. I can't think right now. I can't think of the damn name of the movie. Um, darn it, I can't think of the name. I'm not even gonna fight it. Um, oh, we forgot to do her bow. You guys, you forgot. You forgot yourselves too. Ay. You know what? Maybe we do a rhinestone spikes bow type of looking bow. Let's do that. That sounds more fun. I'll do it right here. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to choose. Okay, I'm going to give you the option of the rhinestone. What color do you want the rhinestone in the middle to be? Do you want it to be pink or do you want it to be black? Pink or black for the rhinestone that's going to go in the middle. Right here in the middle. Pink or black? Black? Oh, Jesus. Everybody's like, black. Black, girl, black. What you doing? Okay, black. There you go. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, And then one, two, oh, I got gel on my skin and that's a no-no. Just gonna have a spiky bow. Wait, where'd it go? Is that too much? Let me just clean the gel that's on my skin because I don't want any allergies. Yes, I have. Oh my God. Monster on Netflix? No, what is it about? Is that a movie? Night of the Living Dead. I don't know. Which one is your favorite zombie movie? Answer me that question right now. If you like zombie movies, just give me the name of the zombie movie that you like. I got two favorites. Let's do the pinky. Wait. My favorite zombie movie, or one of my favorite zombie movies is um, 28 Weeks Later, I think it's called. The sequel, I'm not too sure of. I think they're gonna come out with a new movie of that one soon. I don't know, if I'm not mistaken. And then I like World War Z. Those are my two zombie favorite movies. Okay, so I don't know. Let's just improvise with this one. And I'm going to use this right here. And I'm going to use this size at the top and the bottom. And then we're going to go black. On the top and the bottom too. We're kind of going to do like the mirror effect, where we do the same thing at the top and the same thing at the bottom. And then pink. And then we're going to add some caviar beads. And we're going to do the same thing at the bottom. Caviar beads everywhere. And then I'm going to put a spike right there and a spike right here. And then I'm not even showing you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then a caviar bead and another caviar bead here. And the same thing on this side, caviar bead here. And caviar bead here. And then we're gonna go 2 smaller black rhinestones and the same thing at the bottom. And then a bigger one, pink, in the middle, at the bottom and the top. And then we're gonna, oops, I added one too many. And then we're gonna add some more caviar beads. One caviar bead there at the top. Come on. And then one caviar bead here at the bottom. Now I have to flip my finger because I know it's not straight. Like, I see it a mile away. It's not straight at all. I want to encourage everybody, before you cure your rhinestone placement, please give it another look before you cure. Move everything into place. And then before you cure, you clean the side walls. Actually, this is a little crooked. What are we talking about? 129 likes. Yay. Thank you so much. The only, like, quote unquote horror movies I can see is Chucky, for example. But Chucky has a lot of humor in it too. Like, he's an asshole. He's a jerk. Let me just say that. He's a jerk. He's a funny jerk. I I still can't think of the name of that movie. I'm pretty sure I'll remember after the live is done. Okay, what do you want to see for the thumb? For the thumb, what do you guys want to see? Oh, I did watch. I like Jeepers. Well, I don't know at this time. I haven't watched Jeepers Creepers in a really long time. And I remember last time I saw it, I was like, oh. I almost had a heart attack. But I do like Jeepers Creepers. Um, I know I just can't remember the name. Damn it. I can't remember the name of the movie. So this is what we have so far. I like a little ghosty and the flowers and the spider and all the bling. And what do you want to see for the thumb? What are you doing to me, bro? What do you mean full bling? I'm barely breathing as it is. What are you doing to me? Look at the other one, more bling. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. I don't have pumpkins. I don't have a lot of charms like that for like Halloween. I did buy some, but you guys are killing me with the bling. You just don't want me to participate in the chat. That's what it is. You're enjoying the conversation and you're enjoying seeing me suffer here, holding my breath every time I put a gem down. It's okay. I got you, girls. Might not be full, but I'll see what I can do. Because you may not notice, but I am holding my breath every time I put the damn bling. Okay. Okay, let's do that. And then we're going to do this one up here. Then we're going to do spikes on each side. And then we're going to go with pink. And then spikes again. And then black. Sorry, you can't even see. I'm so sorry. Oh. And then what did I do? Oh, spikes. black spikes, pink spikes. I'm going to use you in the middle. We're going to add some caviar beads. Okay. Our caviar beads. You're going to go here. Mm. Let's do the heart, and then we'll do more spikes. Um, mm, no, that's too big. We're not going to go there. Okay, let's just add some more spikes. Ah, no. What are you doing? Darn it. Where did it go? It fell and I don't even know where. Then this might be too big. There's nothing too big for a nail. It's like I can hear you guys already. I'm gonna do a spike here. And then more black. I think these ones are too big. Let's go a little bit smaller. This one here, and then this one here. Let's do some more caviar beads. And then let's do pink here. And then pink here. We're gonna need more caviar beads to cover that empty spot. And then I'm gonna use this caviar bead here. I don't know if you can see at this point, it's probably blurry. Let me try to put everything again together. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to add to this. Again, making sure that the gel is not touching my skin. And I'm going to clean off the end of my nail. And we're going to cure. Okay, what are we talking about? 140 likes, yay! Oh, you guys are awesome. I'll show you. No worries. What I miss? You guys are awesome. Oh, it cured already. Okay. Let me give it an extra 60 seconds. I know a lot of people do wonder, how do we do things with these nails? And it's very, very simple. We don't use our nails as tools. We have them, yes. We show them off, of course, absolutely. My nails are mostly for nail content only. But I think I'm gonna buy that. There's a particular peel off that I use. It's not really a peel off, but I use it as peel off method. But they last longer on my nails, because this is what I wear on my regular days. just hard gel on my nails. This I just do for content creation only. So if I was to close this lid with this hand, see, I didn't have a problem with that. If I was to put this here, again, I use my fingers, not my nails. If I was to close this lid here, if I was to clean this, for example, I just use a little bit of alcohol. You see how I'm using my fingers and not my nails? Just like that. If I was to clean in here, I just do this. But I never use my nails as tools. If I was to wash my hair, you know, it doesn't stop me. Yeah, it makes it crazier, but so this are today's nails. Let me know what you guys think. I hope that I was able to explain the person how I wash my hair, even though I made it crazier. But it's okay. I like my curls, so. Ooh. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun because I know I did. Thank you so much for being here. It was a great time. Again, these are your creations because you guys told me what to do. My ghosty looks super cute. The bling looks cute too. Even the spikes. You see the difference with the caviar beads, and then this is the thumb. Rayhan, I have an answer for you. People don't get it. Like, I am not going to allow anyone to try to either shame me, make me feel bad, um, call me names, whether it's in English or Spanish. De la misma forma que te lo digo en inglés, te lo digo en español. Te puedes ir al carajo. No me importa. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Do 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 do. And for those of you who have, I love the ghosty though. This one was kind of cute. Like I said, I don't keep these nails on. I always take them off by the end of the set. This is just me coming up here to show you guys what I like to do, you know, and how you can make it easier for you. And then I take them off. Look, I take them off. See? I have a peel off. Look. And then what I do is, this is a peel off, look. You see it? Again, look. Again, that's the peel off. So I come up here to use a lot of product, buy these products just to showcase them. So I am not going to allow anyone to come up here and try to call me names because I'm doing what I love, showing people or helping people how to do it themselves. because some people just want to learn by themselves or they can't afford to go to school for it. So that's why I'm here for. And have fun. Look, I could care less what people say. But I am going to buy that peel off so I can keep the nails a little bit longer. This peel off is just really on there. But I am grateful that you guys decided to stick with me today. See, that's the peel off. And then this is what I regularly use for work. Because like I said earlier, I'm a pharmacy tech, not a nail tech. That's why all the crazy stories happened. Um, Thank you everyone who listened to the stories. Thank you everyone who stayed till the very end to watch the end result of the nails. This nail, because it's the biggest nail, it's the hardest nail to remove. So I just use this and I go here and I break the seal. Look. And what you see is the peel off. And then I have to clean my cuticle area if I had any gel spillage or whatever. And if I wanted to wear them again, I could, because they end up looking like press-ons. And if I wanted to do like a short video or something, I could just put them on. See? They're not gonna fall unless I hit the table. But because they're so adjusted to my size of the size of my nail, it's gonna fit perfectly. So I can just put them on whenever I want to. So thank you all for being here today. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for participating in the chat. Thank you for, subscribing to my channel. Everyone that did subscribe to my channel. If you didn't, it's totally okay. I get it. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I have to be myself. I'm not going to come up here and be a hypocrite. Sorry, that's not me. I'm a real life person who has feelings, and yeah. But thank you so much. I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.